Terence, any chance your kids become UFC champions?
No,
Why not?
they don't pay you enough.
Terence Crawford just had his training session leaked ahead of his fight with Canelo Alvarez, and the most noticeable aspect he was working on was how he was going to increase his size and manage the size difference between him and Canelo Alvarez. Despite the fight being 4 months away, Crawford's training session was as intense as he was fighting in a matter of weeks. Nothing is light about his training anymore. He gets up as early and gets on a jog for some miles to aid his athleticism. He then returns for breakfast and goes about his boxing, sparring, and weightlifting for the rest of the day with breaks in between. Before we dive into the details of his leaked training and all of his activities, let's check out a few comments that were made after fans stumbled on his footage. Go champ! First boxer in history to be undisputed in 3 weight classes. Come September, the whole world will recognize Terence Crawford as one of the greatest of all time, a fan wrote. Another, who was clearly rooting for Canelo Alvarez, tried to downplay Crawford's efforts, writing, "It doesn't matter how much weight you gain, Canelo Alvarez will mess you up. He's not Madrimov, and it's not your weight class. If you want to be remembered as whatever, you've got to let go of the fight and save yourself the embarrassment."
We going up November 20th.
This fan, who was willing to go to any length to affirm his assurance in a victory for Terence Crawford, added, "It's no joke this time, but I'll stop watching boxing if Canelo wins. There's no way he wins with that performance against William Skull. Man can't cut the ring anymore. He's so slow and unaggressive, and y'all think he'll knock Crawford out. Y'all will know who Crawford is on fight night." One more Crawford fan wrote, "Y'all called the Spence fight a 50 fight. He won, and y'all remembered Errol Spence had an accident and he'd been damaged. Now the fight with Canelo is a 70 fight against Crawford. I hope y'all don't find excuses when the GOAT wins again. He's even older than Canelo, so age is no excuse." Lastly, a huge Crawford hater commented, "Weight classes for a reason, and you refuse to learn? You end up as the victim of the knockout of the year. Crawford has been overhyped all his life with no real fighters in his resume. It's Canelo's time to put his lights out and get Crawford to the rightful place he should be as an average fighter." While the undefeated world champion intends to improve his training intensity. As the fight draws closer, he has started on a very impressive note, trying out new training and weight building methods to ensure his size disadvantage becomes less of a problem in the ring. Crawford's approach to training for his fight against Canelo Alvarez combines rigorous physical preparation with a strong mental game, setting him apart in the boxing world. Crawford's current training routine is a diverse blend of activities designed to hone his boxing prowess, maintain peak physical condition, improve his punch power, and make him gain the necessary weight he needs to challenge Canelo Alvarez. A typical day in the champ's training routine includes circuit training with weights, strength, and conditioning workouts to improve speed and agility, core work where McIntyre bounces a heavy medicine ball off Crawford's stomach while he's doing crunches, mountain runs, and swimming. Terence Crawford is especially a fan of swimming for cardio training. Will swim for 30 minutes to an hour every night. It's non-impact basically, easy on their joints. It helps with recovery, regeneration of muscle cells and fibers. It's not natural for him, so he has to work a little bit harder. It's a different type of cardio from running. I think it helps tremendously on the cardio side. He then moves to boxing training. With his boxing training, Crawford is always working hard to improve his moves, both on the attack and the defense. You can see this clearly when he practices with his pads. One of the things that makes him stand out is how easily he can switch between two different stances when he fights. At first, his coaches tried to convince him to stick to one stance, but eventually, they realized it was better to train him in both. You can still see him practicing this way today. When boxers train for a fight, they often practice sparring with other boxers to improve. This was especially true for Terence Crawford early in his career. He was so good that even top boxers like Timothy Bradley were impressed by him. Nowadays, Terence is one of the best boxers in the world, and other boxers come to him to spar. They don't usually win though, because Terence is so good. Even though Terence is naturally right-handed, he is also good at fighting with his left hand. When Crawford spars with other boxers, he often uses his world-class left hand. Boxing fans know that developing punching power requires a lot of hard work. One of the main tools used for this purpose is the heavy bag. Crawford, a professional boxer, is no exception. Crawford uses the heavy bag to practice his punching technique and build his shoulder endurance. Watching Terence in action, you can see him throwing powerful punches, quick combinations, and everything in between. To get the most out of his training, Crawford mixes up the rhythm of his punches, sometimes hitting the bag softly and other times with full force. This is a common exercise that helps him improve his overall boxing skills. Crawford has been working with his coaches for most of his life. One of the most important parts of his training is practicing on the pads with his coaches. During these sessions, he doesn't focus on hitting hard or fast. Instead, he works on different offensive and defensive scenarios, focusing on technique and tactics. Crawford and his coaches also use other training tools, like reaction noodles and a punch shield, to improve their movement and precision. Terence Crawford is a phenomenal shadow boxer with some impressive skills. One of the things that make him stand out is his ability to stay calm and adapt to different situations in the ring. He's good at throwing offensive and defensive punches, making it look effortless. But that's not all. Crawford is also incredibly tough mentally. He'll often train in really challenging conditions to push himself harder. And when he's not doing that, he likes to use light 2 kilograms dumbbells to shadow box. These help him build strength while also staying fast yet graceful, so he can hit hard while still being quick on his feet. Crawford is consistently looking to improve his accuracy and timing. To achieve this, He uses a specific bag called the double end bag during his training. It helps him to practice footwork and head movement, which are important skills to have in the boxing ring. His coach Bomac also uses sticks to surprise Crawford and make him react defensively. Also, his nutrition plan focuses on lean proteins, complex carbohydrates, and hydration, ensuring optimal performance and recovery. During camp, I let my coach handle everything with the food. My nutritionist tells him what she wants me to eat, and she fixes it, he told Muscle and Fitness. The last time she actually was with me the entire camp, and she handled everything with the food. I really don't worry about that. They cook it, and I eat it. Terence Crawford's camp believes his secret weapon poses a unique challenge for Canelo Alvarez. As the two prepare for a high-stakes showdown, Crawford's unorthodox style could prove pivotal. As anticipation builds for the September 12th showdown in Las Vegas, Terence Crawford's inner circle believes the undefeated fighter represents a challenge that Canelo Alvarez has yet to solve in his long and decorated career. According to Bernie "Tha Boxer" Davis, a close associate of Crawford, no sparring partner or training camp can truly simulate what Crawford brings to the ring. Davis argues that Crawford's adaptability and high boxing IQ present an unsolvable puzzle and secret weapon for the Mexican superstar.
It is official, Canelo and Crawford at Allegiant Stadium. Give me your first reaction to that getting announced.
Super excited, super excited. Like I say, a lot of people are saying about Crawford's age, but no boxing, no life, as Canelo would say. And Crawford still, in age, but he ain't took no punishment. He's cautious. He works hard throughout these years, so of course you're gonna.
Nobody fights like Crawford, he emphasized in a recent interview with Mill City Boxing, suggesting that Canelo will struggle to prepare for a fighter with such fluid style switching and tactical unpredictability. While some expect Crawford to adopt a strategy similar to Floyd Mayweather's, elusive movement, defensive precision, and calculated counters, there's a growing sentiment that Bud might do far more than just survive Canelo's power. Nevertheless, some analysts believe that excessive stance switching may prove ineffective against a seasoned veteran like Canelo, who is not easily thrown off by such tactics. Canelo's reduced output in recent bouts has not prevented him from winning rounds through clean, heavy shots that command the judge's attention.
You got to count that in a factor, but in his heart and his mind and his spirit, he's still youthful about boxing. He loves boxing, and this is one way to get him up. He's a challenge guy. He loves a challenge, and Canelo is the biggest challenge you can get. We got to go up 2 weight classes, really 3 weight classes to get a guy like that. Hardest puncher, great counter puncher, tons of experience, undisputed champion, unified champion, a couple of divisions champion, and so we didn't get the Pacquiao or the Mayweather, but we get.
While Crawford's resume at 154 pounds is unquestioned, this jump to 168 pounds introduces major uncertainties. Unlike other fighters who gradually acclimate to a new weight class, Crawford has opted to leap directly into a championship bout without a tune-up. Meanwhile, Canelo's most recent opponent, William Skull, was a larger, younger, and arguably more explosive fighter. Yet Canelo handled him with relative ease, controlling the pace and neutralizing his offense. That performance, according to Davis, proves that Canelo's timing and experience remain potent. He looks sharp. The man lives in the gym. His skills are still elite.
Never like that.
The one thing about Crawford is he got guts. Them bums ain't have no guts. Them bums didn't want to win. Crawford want to win. That's it. It ain't about no belt. It ain't about nothing. You didn't sign the contract. We want to win, and he want to be the best, and he is the best. So that's what's going to be the difference. You know, Crawford got guts. He got a fighting spirit. So when you see Crawford, he going to go in there and get busy with Canelo. Don't you even doubt that. You understand? You ain't never seen Crawford stay on the back foot and no fight in his life. You understand? He the type of guy to go get you. So expect him to go get him. We're going to do everything we can to him. We're going to do whatever we got to do.
Davis is confident that Crawford can replicate or even surpass his demolition of Errol Spence Jr., an opponent he dominated in a lopsided fashion. Crawford is going to make Canelo look like sludge, Davis predicted, asserting that the Mexican champion won't be able to find the proper sparring to simulate Crawford's style. Ultimately, this fight is more than just a stylistic clash. It's a litmus test for Crawford's greatness across weight classes and a critical opportunity for Canelo to silence critics who suggest his prime is past. While Davis and Team Crawford are brimming with confidence, the physical demands of moving up and the legacy of Canelo's experience pose real threats.
But one thing you can expect is Crawford is going to step to him, because you can't beat Canelo going on the back foot forever. You got to go get him. You got to do something, and he better know Crawford is coming.
And when he gets on the inside with Canelo, do you feel he's got the power to hurt and stop him?
Definitely got the power, and he got the speed to counter punch, to his defense, to catch punches, to counter punches, and to let his hands go. Crawford got the speed and to
Former WBA and lineal featherweight champion Barry McGuigan has now laid out the blueprint for Crawford to beat Alvarez in the generational showdown. Speaking to Betway, McGuigan said, "I think Crawford needs to go back to his old self in the sense of him being a good puncher and his timing. He is an old-fashioned fighter in the Sugar Ray Robinson style, with everything being minuscule timing. He makes you fall short by just a fraction and then walks in with a counter shot. But in this fight, in order to take the sting out of Canelo's power early on, he will have to drift in and out of punching range and not hold his feet as much." Canelo Alvarez's latest outing against William Skull was a snooze fest as the Cuban refused to engage. McGuigan, however, doesn't think Crawford will do that as he takes pride in himself as a puncher.
To tighten up and get out of there. Man, Crawford gonna beat the daylights. Man, Crawford gonna beat him, man. I'm telling you. Crawford gonna beat him. And Canelo ain't no slouch, I'm just saying, but when you get Crawford in there, he just gonna go up another notch, you know? The last guy we fought didn't want to fight. Canelo gonna bring the fight. He gonna do something. And every mistake he make, we gonna capitalize on it.
And just lastly, obviously you would have seen people saying that the size and all this, but then other people were saying, well, I mean, look to the face-off, the size isn't actually...
He added, "He prides himself on exchanging with you. Crawford won't do that with Canelo early on into the fight, and he will be as evasive and as elusive as he can be, because if not, he will get dragged into a trench war. That wouldn't work as effectively. When you've worked out Canelo is losing his power, then step your foot on the gas and exchange with him, but Canelo will know what to do." McGuigan also added that Crawford should look to walk Alvarez to his shots later in the fight. However, the Irishman recognized that both Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford are exceptional boxers. In what is shaping up to be one of the most financially significant bouts in the sport's history, Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford are set to square off in a super fight backed by Saudi Arabia's Turki Al-Sheikh.
I've been beating up big dudes all my life.
Cause they underestimate your bud.
It's just, even if they didn't, I'm gonna beat you up. You know, I can fight.
Right.
You know, so if you watch, like, all these dudes bigger than me.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't care, but I'm gonna find a way to win, no matter what.
In September, are you gonna pull this? I shook up the world. I told you. I told you. I told you. I told you.
The total purse is a staggering $200 million, with Alvarez reportedly guaranteed $150 million, and Crawford receiving $50 million. This monumental payday underscores the growing influence of Saudi investment in global boxing. The fight is scheduled for September 12th at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, a venue capable of hosting more than 60,000 spectators. The event will not only bring together two of the sport's biggest stars, but also exemplifies how Riyadh season and Saudi Arabia's General Entertainment Authority led by Al-Sheikh Are, transforming the economics of elite-level boxing. According to reports, the $150 million guarantee for Alvarez could make him the highest-paid boxer in a single fight, eclipsing paydays once associated with Floyd Mayweather Jr. now.
I told you!
Definitely. That's definitely gonna be, you know what I mean, one of the moments, you know. I need to the doubters to fuel me. What you think he'd do if he go up 2 more weight classes? I need that, you know, because that's gonna make me more focused and turn into a different animal. So I need the people to say, I can't do this, or I'm not.
With Alvarez reportedly signing a 4-fight deal under the Riyadh season banner, his earnings could place him among the richest athletes globally. As noted by TalkSport, if all goes according to plan, he will become the first boxer to have a net worth of $1 billion by 2026. The high stakes extend beyond finances. Crawford is moving up 2 weight classes to challenge Alvarez at super middleweight, a division where Alvarez holds the WBA, WBC, and WBO titles. Crawford, already a 2-division undisputed champion, is chasing history. No male boxer has ever held undisputed titles in 3 different weight categories. And that's all for now. For the very best updates on news, moments, events, and actions in the world of boxing, stay connected with us by subscribing to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to turn on notifications to get notified when we drop quality contents like this. Until next time, peace out!